Week 2 of the National Football League. Anyway, Week 1 was a success. Gave you Cincinnati Indy over. Gave you Cincy on the money line. Denver minus 2.5. Denver Seattle over 43. And finally, the Rams minus 4. So, not a bad way to start the football season. Let's jump right into Week 2. First game up. Seems like it could be fairly risky, but I don't think so. I'm actually liking underdogs when I believe they can win outright. First game, Giants travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys, who are missing two key pieces from last year. Future Hall of Famer tight end Jason Witten and the loudmouth receiver Dez Bryant. They're also hampered by offensive line injuries. That's putting more pressure on Dak Prescott and Elliott to carry that offense. I just don't think they're going to be able to do it in this situation. Yeah, I think the best safety in football is Landon Collins, who resides in New York, and he's going to be in the box. He's going to focus on Zeke. He may get burned on some play action, but he's just going to be a one-man wrecking crew. Guy plays great tough D. He does have some ball skills. So that's where I really feel like Giants can control Dallas. Other side of the ball, very similar team. You got Manning, who's just going to do a little ball control. Barkley and Elliott cancel each other out. The big difference in the game, Odell Beckham. Played great against Jaguars last week. Jalen Ramsey talks a big game. He played super well against him. So, with that being said, let's look at a couple technical indicators. 4 straight unders in this series. Okay? I'm taking the under. 2 of the past 3 games in Dallas were decided by 1 point. Okay? 2 of the last 3. I actually think the Cowboys are a worse team than they've been the last couple years. I think the Giants go in there and win this game outright. Giants 23. Dallas 16. I'm going right into Monday Night Football right here, where the Seattle Seahawks travel to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. Line is currently Chicago minus 3, minus 120, and the total is 43. I'll tell you right now, Seahawks going to have a tough time Monday Night Football. Bears fans going to be fired up. Pete Carroll is now 0-6 straight up the last 3 seasons on the road in the month of September. And that's 0-5-1 against the spread. So, this should be a 10-point Bear win. Seattle showed no ability to stop the run last week. Both Denver running backs ran for 4.7 yards per carry. They generated no pass rush. 1 sack. And they did pick off Case Keenum 3 times. That was the bright spot. You got Howard and Cohen should run the ball really well. And Trubisky actually was very impressive. Young quarterback. He moved around in the pocket with ease, keeping his eyes downfield. He didn't get flustered, didn't get hurried. It was really impressive to watch. And I have a feeling he's going to be able to do that because Seattle can't generate that pass rush. On D, with Mack back, that's going to be a pass rushing nightmare for Jermaine Ifedi, the right tackle of the Seahawks. The guy that really impressed me was that defensive tackle Hicks. Big, strong, just throwing guys around. And you combine Hicks with Mack, with Smith, Floyd. You got the ball hawk Fuller in the secondary. There's enough to win by 4 and cash this ticket. I see 10 points. Let's head out to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where the Kansas City Chiefs travel to play the Steelers on Sunday, which should be a fantastic game. No overreaction here. The Steelers tied Cleveland, while Kansas City went into LA and beat the Chargers as a 3.5-point underdog. Phillip Rivers just missed so many passes, just off the fingertips. Otherwise, that Chargers score 40-something points. So I'm looking for a high-scoring game. In fact, I'm taking the over 53, which is very risky because one of the two teams has to score in the 30s, basically, for this to go over 53. Chiefs' defense is not that great, especially losing Peters. But they've got Tyreek Hill, They've got Kareem Hunt, and obviously Mahomes is a deep ball gunslinger. Expect Big Ben to rebound, have a nice game. James Conner out of Pitt, the college, good enough back. So I'm looking for a high-scoring game. Look at a couple of the technicals. The Steelers in their last 5 at home, 0-5 against the spread. Last 7, they're 6-1 to the over. I actually feel like the Steelers are going to rebound at -5 and cover this game. I really do. That's what my gut's saying. I'm probably not going to take it. If I do any teasers, I may do one for the weekend. I'd probably take the Steelers down to +1, but I'm taking the over. Let's head out to Invesco Field, where the Oakland Raiders travel to Denver to play on the Broncos. They beat the Seahawks by 3 on Sunday. Total went over. While the Raiders showed up for the first half, made it a game, but then just got obliterated by the Rams as a 4-point dog. I actually expect the Raiders to bounce back in this game. I'm taking the 7 at a +130, paying a little extra juice. I'm also taking the game under 46. Just a couple of the technical indicators. The last 3 games in Denver have all gone under the total between the Raiders and the Broncos. And the average total was only 28 points scored in each of those 3 games. The last 2 of the 3 games in Denver were also decided by 6 points or less. One of the reasons I will get on the Raiders, at +7. I just think that the game's going to open up for Carr. I think they're going to pound Lynch more. I think they're going to find Jared Cook, where Seattle exploited that secondary with their rookie tight end. I think Jared Cook can do the same thing. Tyler Lockett of Seattle exploited the secondary. I believe Amari Cooper can too. So with all the firepower, you'd think I was going to go over. I'm not. I think the Raiders pull this game out 24-20 in that range. So I think they can win this game outright. I expect a bounce-back game. Derek Carr, that was pathetic, the way he played. So it's a small lean, just looking at games. Part of it's technical, part of it's fundamentals, part of it's bounce-back. Oakland in the under. I ran out of time to analyze these last few games. Redskins host Indy, favored by 6. San Francisco hosts the Lions, favored by 6. The Eagles travel to Tampa Bay, are now 3.5-point favorites on the road. I got a few ideas on those. 2 of the games I'm probably going to play. But anyway, good luck, everybody. If I could go 60% on these, I'd be happy. 5-0 last week. That's not going to happen again. All right. Forgot one last pick. Arizona travels to LA. Rams laying 13. That is a lot of points to lay. That's, to me, it's almost a sucker bet. I'm still going to ride the Rams, not overreacting to Zona's poor play against the Redskins. I just don't like Sam Bradford. John Brown and Jerron Brown, 2 wide receivers that were with Zona last year, are gone, and that offense is now pathetic. You got David Johnson, who's great, but only Fitz, who's aging. There's just not enough there. You know, this is a totally different Arizona offense without Palmer and those other 2 wide receivers they lost. Take the Rams, 27-9. 27-9 Rams. Take the under, take the Rams -13. It's a crazy bet, but I'm doing it.